And welcome to today's episode of How the Game Was Won. We're in Baku for the FIDE World Cup 2015, and this is the final between Peter Svidler and Svidler and Karjakin. And this is game number 8 for the final, which is the second and last of the 10 minutes aside rapid games. And without further ado, let's look at how it played itself out. Bearing in mind, Karjakin is down 4 games to 3, and he desperately needs the win. And when you desperately need the win as black, you uncork the Sicilian. d6, bishop b5, check, knight d7, d4, c takes, queen takes, a6, bishop takes d7, check, bishop takes d7, c4, knight f6, knight c3. And it's definitely your standard type of Morocco setup with g6, castles, bishop g7, queen d3, castles, a4, rook c8, rook b1, bishop c6, rook e1, knight d7, b4, knight b6, b5, bishop d7, knight d2, bishop e6, knight d5, knight a4. And now once all the dust is settled, we can see that black is already a pawn up in this position, and white has almost no compensation for the pawn whatsoever. Game continues with bishop a3, queen d7, h3, rook f to e8, rook b3, a5, queen c2, bishop h6, knight f3, bishop d5, bishop takes on d5, e takes on d5, and knight b6. And now, once the dust is settled over the next couple of combinations, you can see that black is now 2 pawns up, and again with no compensation. Black has the more active pieces, white's pieces are scattered across the board on not really occupying powerful lines whatsoever. We look at, for instance, the dark square bishops as a by way of example. White's dark square bishop on this diagonal has got that square and that square both covered by the black pawn, so which means that the bishop effectively controls nothing. By way of comparison, black's dark square bishop has got full control of the h6c1 diagonal, and that's just one example that I can give you. The black queen, for instance, is ready to come marauding down into the white king side of the board as well. But position as it stands, black is 2 pawns up, 0 positional compensation for white, and we continue with rook e4, knight takes on d5, bishop b2, knight f6, bishop takes on f6, e takes on f6, rook e8, check, and queen e8. And again, you look at the position, white's got the bishop versus, sorry, black's got the bishop versus white's knight. Black's pieces are far better positioned, and it's still a 7 pawns versus 5, still a 2 pawn advantage. And in this position, Svidler can see exactly where it's going, and he just gave up on his hopeless position, resigned the game. Karjakin wins the game, brings the score of the match level to 4-all, heading into the 5 minutes aside blitz part of the tiebreakers for the next 2 games, and we'll be looking at those in some more episodes of How the Game Was Won. In the meantime, this is how the game concluded, this is how the game was won. Please feel free to share this video out amongst your friends. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button if you like this type of content, thumbs down if not, let me know what to be putting out in the future. And also, very importantly, down below, post any comments, questions or criticisms that you may have. That way you can help me to make these videos better for you in the future. And last but by no means least, down the bottom below the screen, especially when you're watching in YouTube, you'll see a big red subscribe button. hit the subscribe button, that way you stay subscribed to my channel for all the new content that will be coming out on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. Until the next episode of How the Game Was Won, stay carved up for the win and stay safe out there. Cheers.